the past 3 months, we've moved to a different part of the island, sold most of our businesses, then sold and donated 80% of all of our worldly possessions, deciding to split time on island and slow travel the other part of the year. This is something we've been envisioning for quite a while, as the island has always felt like home, but there's so much of the world that I want to taste, smell, and experience. The transition to make all that happen seems like it was overnight to our friends and family, but in truth, it was a stressful process. We had business deals that went through most of the way, only to be backed out of last minute, and just the emotional whiplash from that. We had unprecedented drama with someone we had considered a friend, so many difficult conversations with family, and a solid block of time where we didn't know what was up or down, just existing in flux, quite literally not even knowing when we were moving or where we were living, booking tickets, canceling them, rebooking them several times. Historically, when things would feel stressful, I would hit the ground running and go even harder, almost in a punishing way. But it's like since my recent diagnosis, which I shared about in my last video, it's allowed me a full permission slip to be wholly me. I'm carving away at the shame of something as simple as taking rest. I'm meeting each moment where it is. Life is going to life, and you can't stop it. And you can either spoil your peace with projected scenarios and abstract anxieties, or what I've been doing, which is recognizing that something feels really uncomfortable or maybe even bad, but then realizing that nothing can take me away from returning to my own breath and trusting that all will work out as it should. I'm exactly where I need to be, and my job isn't to resist what is, to not attach stories to something and be swallowed by an energy that can be, if you allowed, chaotic or suspicious, angry or forcibly holding on. That is not the energy. I will be okay. You will be okay. They say, I think it's the expression of you make plans and God laughs. Similarly, let it flow, be in flow instead of being resisting. The waves will continue to crash and come, and you can't hold on to the waves. And each time we were rocked by yet another development, Jay's spirit animal, the red-tailed hawk, would quite literally screech for attention at the very moment of the climax. Or after a particularly grueling week, Jay swam with the dolphins, not once, but twice, on a surprise trip to Buck. I've been cleaning my butt off for the last 2 days straight and I'm tired, but I really pay attention when the universe sends messages. And before we left our last spot, there was that beautiful rainbow, and then upon moving into this new spot, there was a literal windfall of bananas that had fallen over. And if you know me, I go through like 50 pounds of bananas a month, so I'm so stoked on these and really reminded of Santosha. I love seeing all the seeds in these bananas, and they're so custardy and sweet. I love that right beyond our bedroom window is the next rack of bananas.
Oh, baby, you know what he's after?
What's he after?
He's after like bugs and stuff that live on the banana plant. That's what he's after. What's your favorite part about kayaking?
I think it's that we're the only ones here, and it's kind of sucks to say, but this is something that we've been wanting to do, and life got so busy, and hopefully we don't have to say that anymore, that life got too busy.
Yeah.
And we're finally doing it.
Did you enjoy your sandwiches?
I did.
Do you wish we had brought sandwiches with us?
Yes, always.
Yeah, I think that weird sound is the gray ones.
The gurgle gurgles?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Jay just brought me tuberosa Hawaiian wood bros or morning glory. These are beautiful. classic wood rose shaped, and they're a climbing vine cultivated in Hawaii, and they're yellow pods that kind of blossom like this. They're used for decorative purposes, and they're really gorgeous. Today's harvest yielded some sour orange, some canistel/egg fruit, passion fruit/lilikoi, pink guava, and star apple, along with my several dozen ladyfingers. Jay made this amazing meal, and I'm so cold, chilled to the bone from my pouring hike.
So I started off by browning the beef on either side, and then I deglazed that pan with some olive oil and onions and caramelized all the onions before I added in garlic and mushrooms and let that reduce and all the water drain out. And then I added that all in back to the beef into a Dutch oven and added celery and carrots, and then let it simmer until the beef was falling apart.
It tastes like silky butter in my mouth. I love Jay's cooking. It's the best. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, baby. Glad you loved it.
Gosh, it was so good. Just a few foodstuffs I'm working on this morning. Some granola back there. Jay's hyperfixation right now are walnuts, so I roasted those simply with some Celtic salt. And these are some dairy-free, egg-free confetti cupcakes for a friend who's really going through it right now. And Jay also requested some squishy mochi, so I have some bars here that I'm currently cutting up. And oh, he has a huge haul. He went diving today, so he's bringing me a bunch of lionfish and conch to process. Jay called 17 lionfish off of the reef this morning on his dive, and it's open season for conch, so he harvested a few of those. And I'm going to insert a clip of me processing and breaking down some lionfish, but I have a whole dedicated video that I'll link below if you're interested. My buns have risen nicely, and you can definitely wash these with a light egg wash, especially if you want some sesame seeds to stick, but we actually foraged for some wild eggs, and I'm going to keep those. Jay simmered this conch in brown butter sauce all day long. Okay, but how cute are these heart-shaped mochi waffles? When we received news that a close friend had passed unexpectedly, and the young Crucian man that Jay had been mentoring for years had gotten into some really big, serious trouble, we returned to equanimity and presence and embodiment of being. And we celebrated our 12 years, which was a milestone in itself.
Some people self-harm. Some people overeat. Some people overexercise. There's many different ways to have addictive behavior.
Things don't always go as planned, and that's okay, because it can shape up to be even more magical than you could have originally imagined for yourself. There's a peace in cleaning up your side of the street, because what other people are doing is entirely none of our business. And there's a richness in not allowing external forces to rob you of your pleasure, your laughter, your joy, your presence, and allowing love to animate everything around you, when it would be easier and lazier to recoil or react from anger or fear or conditioned response. To cultivate wellness and ease within yourself, that's when I feel wealthy. That's when I feel vibrant. especially in a world right now that feels so harsh and particularly jagged. It takes far more strength to be soft.